Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. I've heard from a reliable source that VoicePlay recently collaborated with Liz Garozzo to create a devilish a cappella arrangement of one of the most recognizable pieces in classical music, In the Hall of the Mountain King. Since this, of course, is going to include fantasy, sorcery, and many voices, I believe it is necessary that we take a moment to appreciate and analyze my demented kin. Let's get to it. Okay. First of all, this is super exciting how each person has such an identifiable character in their voice. I love the way that this sort of mimics to me different parts of the orchestra taking over the melody in this. It has so much fun texture that is involved because each person is essentially taking their line and really opening up a particular area of their vocal tract to give it a certain texture or timbre. And then you bring all of those together and you get different characters and different stories. It's so, so cool. Very unique too. On top of that, there's like crazy story that's happening here in their interactions. And I just love it. You can tell that they've really thought about what kinds of characters they are and how they interact. I love it. It's so funny. We're going to go back and we're probably going to talk some about their makeup as well. There's so much that's brilliant already. So In the Hall of the Mountain King it's played by the orchestra. It's amazing. I was lucky enough, while still in college, one of my very first professional gigs was to sing Nitra's song with the Cleveland Orchestra, and they did the whole Peer Gynt suite. John Delancey, who plays Q in Star Trek, he was the narrator. It was amazing. Anyhow, this is played by the orchestra, and there isn't a particular staging that goes with it at this point. That's something that you can do in a theater, but a lot of times it's left to the audience's imagination of what might be happening. I love the way that in this, they've set it up so they're creeping into the scene and it's like they've got some sort of magic brew that they're about to do. It's so clear that there's an entire journey that we're going to go on with them. And that's completely made up by them. Okay. Really, really cool. Okay. Besides that, the makeup is incredible. I love the details and like the shadowing of the colors. And then on top of that, there's just tons of prosthetics and the various kinds of horns. I think they're really, really creative. Man, go makeup team. Okay. One more time from the beginning. Right. Look at Caesar's eyes. He's up to something. You know he has something. Boom, boom, boom. That's an awesome character. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's so much more I want to talk about. I haven't even gotten past the first minute. I love a lot of the organic beatboxing that's coming from Lane. Just totally love it. Man, I just keep coming back to how different their characters are and how they've created that with their voices. Liz has this kind of like sultry kind of thing going on. Ellie's had it was like almost loquacious is the word I want to come to mind, but I mean, obviously they're not talking itty. They're just so distinct with their different characters. It's fantastic. But on top of that, even Greg at one point, I think, talked about how it was frustrating that the song had the same melody that's repeated over and over and over. And the trick essentially is how to orchestrate that so that it builds and becomes something grand. And if you're going to be arranging this, I feel that you have to find another way to make it super fresh all the time. And what I'm hearing in this arrangement is tons of little details of how they've switched it. Every now and then there'll be one of the pieces of the melody missing, and then there's a fun percussion element that's added, or at one point I think they did a shh. So there's tons of little sort of hidden moments where things have been shifted around to keep this super duper fresh. Okay, I'm gonna go back just a little bit, and I swear we'll continue. La 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 la. That was some beautiful operatic singing, Ellie. Thank you very, very much. And I'm just loving like the little sound effects. That there was the dust that was magical. There was a flicking at one point, crashing of some glass, and then yeah. Anyhow, love it. La 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 la. The drinking too. Oh my gosh, is that making fun of Ariel? Oh, I don't know. Like he was fed the soup, the cauldron soup. And it made him sing operatically, so something. I love the phrasing in this, and again, when I talked about it, like making that exciting each time, making it fresh each time you've come to this melody that repeats over and over. It's all about the different expressions of it. It's so cool. But man, Liz, this is my first time hearing Liz. She has got some legit pipes on her. Holy cow. Some of those onsets, especially with staccati, it is really hard to be precise when you're doing staccati up high like that and make it super clean, especially when you first start that note. Your vocal folds are going wacka, 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 right? But for a high note, they're going wacka, wacka, wacka really, really fast. And you have to coordinate exactly when the air comes up and when those vocal folds start. And you want to make that happen at the exact same time for efficiency to create the perfect onset. And holy cow, her onsets are great. I'm going to go back and take a moment and just appreciate that. She slays it. Right. Okay, that is really, really beautiful. Incredibly controlled. And I love the way that they're incorporating a few more classical elements into a more popular a cappella style, essentially. Oh my gosh, it's like Ellie became a little inebriated with this and had a like mini Ellie show up. I'm not sure if that was good Ellie or bad Ellie, but boy, he's fun and I love his scream on the way down. Way to go there. I can tell this section is going to be hilarious. I want to go back to the previous one though, because I totally love the groove underneath. It's so amazing. I love the way it's been produced too, the way it's flipping back and forth between different sides of my headset. Oh, I hadn't noticed that. I love that slide down from Jeff there. Yeah, I love the way that really features Lane's ability to create such cool, fun, springy sounds that still feel very groovy. Man, that's such a delightful loop that he's created there. Oh man, I'll figure it out. Cool tempo shift. Ooh, cool. Okay, love that it became major. Thank you for also becoming inebriated. This seems like the best stuff to drink. I need a sip of this. What? Amazing. Let's talk a little bit about time. The hiccup is great. Notice that to get this slightly more inebriated sound, he ends up coloring the vowels. So instead of do, he's got a smile, do, and is actually bringing the focus of the sound is more back here rather than up towards the lips. So it's like the articulators essentially shift to become a little more relaxed, which is one of the things that often happens when you are inebriated. He's got the smile of a pleasant tipsy. I love the operatic moment. Okay. I feel like this stuff just got spicy because I think that this thing that they threw in must have been some sort of pepper, which is really super fun. And I like this idea of throwing a pepper in to help speed up the tempo, because one of the things that this song does is the tempo slowly increases, right? So this is a really, really fun plot accelerator. Look at that amazing shading of her makeup. This is on all of them. It's just such a beautiful job of this makeup. Wow. It's gorgeous. Yeah, the contouring with it is extremely fantastic. Wow. I have wondered a couple times as well if it was difficult to hear each other with the prosthetic ears that Caesar and Lane have. And I know Jeff has this like enormous nose, and I wonder if that affected the sense of resonance, right? Nasal resonance is extremely important. I have to think that that would change it. I've never sung with a prosthetic nose before, so it'd be really fun to ask. I love that. I love the way that a lot of them are getting more dome in their sound. It's like it goes again towards that more operatic tendency, and their sounds suddenly rounded out a lot more. And I feel like that really works for this. That's so funny. I want to go back. Oh my goodness. So at that point, all of the sounds were more focused in the front of the face still, so we didn't have tons of this like loft in the back, that sort of dominess happening just yet. Here Jeff started to go into a little more dominess. Man, that nose though, holy cow. Yeah, I had a little more dome. Yeah. Again, actually, it's so funny. Ellie has like a forward thing, but it also goes up high. Oh, ooh, beautiful man, Jeff, that's gonna be a cool groove. I love the way that Jeff can just drop super low, and it sounds so relaxed and effortless. Thank you so much for Burt boxing. That moment was perfect. Perfect. Let's see it again. I can't get over that. That series of sound effects was way too amazing. And love this trap groove that we've got going on as well. It's one of the things I really like about VoicePlay's arrangements is the way that they have, I would say, a lot of very distinguished groove areas and shifts in their songs. Not always, but very frequently. It's just delightful. Oh, that was such fun harmony with those character voices. Ooh, that was such a quick jump up. Good job. Man, I've also seen a couple of masks in the background, which are super creepy. And I saw a behind the scenes thing at one point. I didn't see all of it because I was trying to keep spoilers away, of course. But there was a little bit that I watched where Lane dragged trees into the studio. I was just dying of laughter. They literally looks like depleted outside resources to bring trees inside. It's so cool, and I love the faces. Back just a little bit more. Whoa. Okay, the swing beat here, super cool. Man, that bit almost sounded like he had helium for that beatboxing fill. Oh, nice. Way to just go full out in character season. Okay, I haven't even talked about the syllables that they've chosen yet because there's been so much expression. Sometimes you don't need words to tell a story. And this is one of those moments where there's absolutely no reason they would need lyrics. It's perfect without words. They've chosen some syllables. I think sometimes it's for the various timbre that they want. You know, a doom, 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 doom has a certain ominous feel to it. And also the way it's closing to an M makes it a little more inward. The D gives it really nice articulation at the beginning so you can have a clear attack. Can be great for lining things up in an ensemble and post. Oh man, that's so hard. And then other than that, as you grow, of course, having syllables that are more open can naturally go with the dynamic. It feels like the sound then expands more. So at this point, we have a lot more kind of, I think we have ha. Let's see what else. Yeah, just ha. It's way more open, and the H from the ha is also going to have a little more anticipation. Now, Jeff is on boom, 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 and then O, that boom, boom, that particular syllable, guys often find it easier to produce low notes on. I don't know if that's Jeff's favorite. He might have a different favorite. He's just really ridiculously good at low notes, so it might just be that he's pretty happy with most anything that you throw at him down there. But for a lot of guys that I've worked with, if they go towards an O vowel a lot of times, or even like an open O, that helps them achieve that low note with a little more openness and relaxation. These are crazy, amazing runs up there. That is so hard to do, really, really controlled specifically. Even the L's are pitched in the right way. Wow. I love the effects. The look on Lane's face as everybody else has disappeared right now is totally priceless. But also, I think did he use a carrot to make them disappear? Did that just happen? Also, I think he's just rolling his tongue going as like a drum roll of anticipation. You know, when people say drum roll right before they announce prize winners, it's because drum rolls often have anticipation and are used if you have an actual drum too. Otherwise, people just smack on their legs with their hands or something. But in this case, Lane just did a tongue trill with a round mouth, I believe. I'm gonna go back one more time. I think this is gonna finish in some other really fun way. Man, I have to say, majorly impressed with Liz and how stupid accurate she is up there. It's fantastic. That's so hard. And he makes it seem easy. I totally love the way that they have arranged this, and I will never again listen to In the Hall of the Mountain King and not think about their brilliant storytelling. It is so much fun to hear how they expressed each line and took us through this entire plot. I mean, it's like they had all of the orchestration that was originally written and then way, way more. I loved the different grooves throughout as well. It's so much fun with the interaction with characters. Man, I totally loved this. So if you haven't already seen it all the way through without my interruptions, you definitely should. It premiered right before this video premiered, and I was lucky enough to get a little sneak peek at it. So go watch their video all the way through. You can find a link over here, and may you fall more in love with music every day.